I've been developing an AI powered chatbot for a while now. I actually met with some developers a few months back. They introduced me to the concept and we made a deal. And so now for the last couple months, I've been putting together like the marketing funnels and how to present it, basically just like building everything to get it ready to go to market. And I've done like some soft launch kind of stuff, where I've had some friends test it and use it in their businesses. Yeah. And that's been working really well. And so I'm on the cusp of like officially launching it and starting to take money. I've got one deal. Exciting. Yeah, it is exciting. And it fits the model, right? Of business in a backpack. It also fits the big criteria that I have around control in a business. So something that I've been doing a lot of lately because of Mark has been ERC and building a big team of affiliates. Basically me, McLeish, and Austin have been racing to build, the largest team of affiliates. I have almost 2,000 affiliates right now. Austin keeps on just stacking them on there. But,
he's a pretty impressive fella.
He is, and he's got obviously the social media prowess to be able to stack those affiliates very quickly. What I was doing was, and McLeish was doing too, is we were posting job ads all over different forums and stuff. And those accounts kept on getting shut down. Like all of our job ads kept on getting shut down. Like at one point I had like 6 different accounts with Indeed and they kept on closing them. I would appeal and all that and it didn't work out. The pause too, like you heard about the pause in ERC, right?
Yes.
And so we don't know if it's actually going to open up. Everybody says it's going to open up, but the biggest thing that I learned there is like, I don't have control over this business at all.
Right.
And I need to.
It could go away quick. I never got into it. That's not really my style of business, but I know people did really, really well in it. But yeah, you're right. You have no control. It could just shut down.
And it has.
And it's hard to build a business doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking at people like Kyle, right? Kyle's got a big team that he just assembled, in South America and stuff. Yeah. Obviously, he's going to be using that for other things, but the initial thing was like for ERC. And it's like, all right, cool. Well, let's pivot, right? Because that's what we do. But yeah, that's been a big thing for me that, I've been, I don't want to say reliant on that, but it was definitely like, hey, this is a really good opportunity. I'm going to go after this and it's going to be a short-term cash grab because it has a terminus.
Right.
And yeah, it just made me realize like how much I need to be able to control the business that I'm in. That's what I'm working on now is this chatbot. Cool. And I've got some real estate holdings and things like that, pay me and all that, like the rest of us do, and so that's nice, but I'm passive on all of that stuff. So the chatbot is like, dude, it's wild. Like how conversationally excellent it is.
It's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah. Have you messed around with those yet or anything like that?
I haven't. No, I'm so old school. Like if we could get rid of cell phones and social media, I'd be happy. I'd rather be hand to hand. I do better in front of people. But no, I definitely probably should embrace it. And see, just because a lot of our business, even because you're in the alliance, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my sister's in it as well, Cozy. I don't know if you've met her yet.
No, I've seen her name. I haven't met her, and I figured you were related somehow. I just didn't know.
Yeah, so that's my sister, and like we do so well at open houses, just like getting clients constantly for new builds and sales and stuff like that. But I'm 47. I told her, I'm like, I don't want to be doing open houses at 50. Like you got 3 years left of me doing this, right? Like we need to train somebody else. I wish that we weren't trained to have open houses at 1 to 3 on a Sunday.
Yeah,
but I definitely probably need to embrace the technology and stuff like that a little more. I do with most obviously like spreadsheets and all that kind of fun stuff, but like the AI and stuff, I know it's not going anywhere. So we probably should embrace it.
Definitely not going anywhere. I mean, like dude, the way I see it, AI is what like this current age to what the internet was in the late 90s, early 2000s, and how it revolutionized the entire world. This is literally the next revolution, right? We had like the Industrial Revolution, the technological, the computer, the internet. Now it's AI. I'm a big believer in AI. I know there's a lot of people that are on both sides of the fence on it. There's definitely like some scary parts to it, right? Where like it's going to take over the world. Whether we like it or not, it's already smarter than us in certain ways.
Right. It doesn't take a whole lot to get smarter than me. It's probably already there.
Yeah. And, ChatGPT was released in November of last year. So it's only been a year and they're already on their 4th model, coming out with their 5th model very shortly. The speed at which it's being released and it's like compounding, it's unbelievable. Like it's not linear whatsoever. It's just like the computer age, right? Where it's just like that inverted upward curve.
Yeah.
We're in literally a straight line trajectory now going straight up on that graph.
Right.
And that's the wildest part to me. because like what's going to happen to the world in the next, by the end of the decade, right? The next 7 years or the next
Yeah.
6 years, basically. Like I see a lot of technological advances going to be happening in like medical, like with diagnostics,
Sure.
where it can analyze somebody's blood work, where instead of like a doctor's interpretation where there's human error,
Right.
and they'll be able to, like Fraser's going to be able to use this big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Build, and I actually never talked to him about it. I'm just thinking about it right now, where he could build himself an AI model to do blood work for people, to analyze their blood work.
That's interesting. Yeah, my wife is a nurse practitioner, and she's doing basically the same thing that Fraser's doing.
Wow.
She's doing her functional medicine courses and stuff like that right now. So she'll be starting her own shop. That'll be very interesting for her.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited to see what happens. But there's going to have to be some regulatory stuff coming up, because otherwise it's just kind of like, it could get out of hand,
Yeah, it will for what?
I don't know what's the word. Singularity, I think, is the word that they use.
Right.
Where it's going to come to a head point where it's like, oh, these things are actually sentient beings now, where like a computer can control stuff and we can't control it. And so that's kind of a scary thing, but
super interesting stuff that I probably need to get a little more versed in it. I'll rely on you to get me started.
For sure, man. Hey, I'll help out as much as I can, for sure.
Yeah.